Hey guys, it's video making day. This is going to be my second video. And just to get started, I'm going to talk about what I could not find at the supermarket, which is my normal stuff, which really upset me. I mean, I wasn't that upset. I was just kind of joking about it because I finally figured out that we live on a planet which almost is designed to not flow with the love vibration. You know, you know how there's like the love vibration? And imagine if you were born into a planet that was resonating 100% with the love vibration. If you were born on a planet that resonated with the love vibration, you would probably, the baby, you, would come out of their mother or their father or both, depending on the planet, and not cry and scream bloody murder, but would probably coo like a cute little baby who was loved because you were existing within the love vibration. You know that Chinese guy, I don't know if he's Japanese or Chinese, I can't remember, but his last name is Emoto, and he did that amazing, very important experiment with water droplets and words and vibrations, and how he does this experiment where he's got glasses of water, and he puts different words on the water: love, gratitude, I hate you, you make me sick, phrases and words that are normally meaning a positive thing or a negative thing. And he tests the water droplet through a microscope after they've been sitting in these glasses of water with these phrases on it for like a week. And the one with the love vibration, the droplet of water that was in the cup with the love word, the love and gratitude on it, crystallizes into this beautiful sacred geometrical form that's symmetrical, and like it looks like a snowflake basically. And some of the other words that were positive words, the water droplets also crystallized into beautiful form that looks like a snowflake, kind of like sacred geometry. What is sacred geometry? That's what we're going to talk about because I'm all excited I figured it out. And the droplets of water that were in the glass that said, I hate you, you make me sick, looked very uneven and murky, and there was no pattern. There was no geometry to the droplet of water. It was lacking geometry. So what sacred geometry means is the geometry of love. It's the first time I've said that. The geometry of the love vibration. Is that what it is? That's what it is, I think. Where I got this from, this all came to me over the last few days because I was downloading this thing about the sacred geometry. What is sacred geometry? And I was listening to a lot of videos about it. Spirit Science's video about it. It's really informative. I was listening to some other videos about sacred geometry and images and what does it mean. And it's really a new term. I asked somebody who was about 60 years old, who's a very seasoned professional in this world, who works in New York City and travels all over the world and is very intelligent and deals with a lot of big wigs and money people and, you know, lawsuits and things like that. He had never heard of the term sacred geometry because it's not in our regular language. It's not. The churches use the term, but not freely. It's not like it's not a household term. They use it in terms of architecture and construction and the stained glass windows and the mandalas in their church. You know, the circles. This is sacred geometry. This is this is sacred geometry. This is what I figured it out. Did you know that the only thing in nature that grows in parallel lines is the crystal, or that has any geometry? That's one thing that I think Spirit Science said was that crystals are the only thing in nature that grow in a hexagon. Is a hexagon? Everything on this planet grows all crooked. Do you ever notice that? Nothing is perfectly symmetrical. Things, well, maybe a flower can be symmetrical, but not perfectly. You know, a butterfly has matching wings. but not perfectly. Nothing organic except for the crystals and, perhaps the gemstones, grows in a straight line. There is no symmetry in nature. Not exact. Everything is really asymmetrical. We have things that are similar. Similar is different than symmetrical, obviously. So, sacred geometry. Geometry, regular geometry is shapes. Circles, angles, squares, anything with parallel lines or angles, things that join together. Things that, you've got your parallel lines, they never join together. Those are parallel lines, but they're straight. All of human society, everything that we create on this planet is made of straight lines, angles, and geometry. Everything in this kitchen is straight lines. This house, those blinds, circles and straight lines. Every single thing that we use on this planet is circles, angles, or straight lines. And the sacred part comes from the alchemy, in a way, which is the way we take what we find on the planet that's organically grown, that's already here, and make something new out of it. And we have been given the opportunity to make anything we want on this planet, on planet Earth, Mother Earth. We can make dolls, toys, games. We can make game pieces of any shape and size and texture. We can make Barbie dolls with Barbie skin and hair and clothes. We can make a car. We can make a microwave. We can make a home. We can make a container for these nice graphite pencils, because we can make anything we want. We can make it this size, bigger, smaller, anything we want, out of metals and plastics and wood and granite and stone. We can make anything we want on this planet. If we can think of it, we can design it and make it and create it. We can make plastics we can make them super thin or thicker or, anything. We want something that puts black stuff on our eyelashes, so we make this round thing that somebody came up with his little brush that, plays with our human body, our game piece. I love this mascara, I have to say. This stuff is great. And my daughter and I fight over it. We don't fight. I always let her use it, but it's better to always have your own mascara. Of course, you don't want to share eye germs. But, so, this is a very difficult planet to live on. There's a reason for that. But we're going to get to it in stages. So that's the given here, is that we're allowed to make whatever we want. Any shape, any size, any texture, any fabric. It's amazing. Polyester, which is made of plastic, which is an oil-based product, I guess. I'm still a little mystified as to how we get all these different plastics. We can have the thinnest plastic, for something like this. Ghirardelli. These thin little plasticky-ish, metal-y-ish little things, whatever this stuff is. It's a metal-y plastic. It's like a combination of metal and plastic. I don't know, but we can make it. And we can make it shiny. And we can make it thin. And we can make it cover this delicious little chocolatey thing that we can put into a mold. We can literally make chocolate into any shape we want. We can do anything we want here on this planet. Except for find love and be happy. But even then, you can sometimes find love. And then you can hope it stays. But it doesn't always. And then you can... This planet is so confusing. We're so confused on this planet. And I figured it out why. No one's going to believe me, of course, until after I'm dead, but that's okay. I've accepted it. I've accepted the fact that I'm going to say stuff that sounds crazy and radical, and that one day someone's going to say, she said it back then. She knew. And you just have to be patient and realize that you're on this planet of anti-love, which I call anti-love. Now, nobody likes that term, because who wants to live on a planet with no love? Well, we have some love here. We have enough to start with, and then the energy of the planet goes against love. And I can explain what I mean, not to sound upsetting, because I don't want to be like, oh, we can never find love here. But finding love here is really hard. You know how you see someone love each other and you're like, oh, look at them, they're loving each other. Oh, that's so sweet. Wow, they really love each other. Look at that tender moment. How did they find that special moment? Wow, that's so rare. How beautiful, special, and unusual that those two people over there love each other so much. Don't you think it's a little weird that we find that so unusual? That we're so amazed by it? Why would we be amazed by an act of love on a planet that vibrates to the love vibration? That wouldn't be amazing. It would be everyday, it would be a normal, commonplace thing, you know? If we had the love vibration increase on this planet, moments of love would be more normal. It wouldn't be, trying to find love here wouldn't be like looking for a needle in a haystack. Holding and retaining love would be easier if the love vibration were increased here. The term that struck me, that I heard from the spirit science guy, was the term anti-love experiment, which I talked about in another video. The anti-love experiment. He didn't get into the details, but that went in and stayed, and I've been pondering, what does he mean? What does that mean? Does that mean something? And it does mean something. I figured it out. I figured this out. This planet is designed, I hate to use anti-love experiment in a way because I feel like the term freaks people out, but we need to be freaked out sometimes to shake things up. So let's just go with this for a little bit. And then I'm going to explain how we can get our love vibration back here, or here in the first place, because I'm finally figuring it all out. It's going to take me a little while to explain it, but if you think about where to begin. First of all, let's start with nature, okay? Due to Emoto's experiment, the water droplet became beautiful and balanced and geometrical when it was in a cup that said the word love for a week. Then it became symmetrical and geometrical, geometry. The love vibration, the gratitude vibration created geometry in the water droplet. The other water droplets did not geometrize. I don't know what that term is. It's not normally a verb, but maybe it will become one, because in the English language we make stuff up and then we go with it. You know, we're creative. We're creative beings. We're powerful creative beings, and we're in human bodies on this planet to figure out what the hell is going on here. You know how we don't know anything here? You notice how the scientists are trying to figure out the nature of the universe and they can't figure it out? Well, when you listen to all these spiritual people, they tell you that the real universe is made of love. That's what it's made of. What does that even mean? I don't even actually understand. What do you mean the universe is made of love? The reason I don't understand that here on this planet is because this is the planet of anti-love. So you start with love, but then it quickly goes in the anti-love direction. And I can give you every example of that that's on the planet. For one thing, nothing grows symmetrically. The love vibration equals symmetry and geometry. Without the love vibration, you get a chaosy thing, which isn't necessarily bad, but it's not necessarily loving. Doesn't mean you can't love things that are crooked. But it's going against the love vibration. That's what's so interesting about this planet and why we are mystified by it, because we don't know how to navigate anti-love. That's why we're here, trying to figure it out. What does it mean? What is anti-love? It's this planet. Look at the wars that go on. Look at the way every leader on this planet is like a bad dictator and commits crimes against humanity and is violent and egotistical and um, cruel in a lot of ways. You know, think of the mass murdering that goes on due to a lot of these leaders of these countries. Genocide. I mean, and then battling and trying to take over other countries using the lives of your people. You know, and just the nature itself. I mean, you have this beautiful nature, but it doesn't grow perfectly symmetrically because the love vibration is the symmetry vibration, the geometry vibration. The sacred part is the creation part. The sacred part is probably the love part. You know, we are star beings we are star beings that came to Earth and became part of the Earth. We got into her body. We took on part of the Earth to have a body. So we know what it means to be part of Earth. So that we can understand this planet. To understand the planet the best, we had to come here physically and immerse ourselves in the planet and take on the planet's body and the minerals from the planet, the minerals, the heavy metals, the gems, you know, every single thing that's on this planet is somehow part of this body, this vehicle that we have to work with. We have a voice and we have eyes and we can communicate and we have hands and we can make stuff and we can do all these things. Round. Notice how the cup is symmetrical and it's round. It's the top is round. It's geometry. So it's hard to understand because we can't believe that we would be in an anti-love experiment. No one uses that term. We're going to have to start to use that term, and then we're going to have to figure out how to bring love into the anti-love experiment. I think that's what we're doing here. That's why Jesus came. I have a whole thing about that, too. He came here to try to bring a love vibration to the consciousness, and, you know, it almost seems like he failed because after he died, first of all, he dies. You know, he's not treated like a king here. He has to come in through the back door. He can't even be born and celebrated through love, right? Look how he came in here. He's supposedly the Christ consciousness, the Christ vibration is supposed to be the heart, the greatest love vibration. He comes into anti-love. Look what a bad time he had. He gets beaten up, you know, tortured, and supposedly wasn't even allowed to have a baby here. I think he tried to have a baby here, and supposedly he did leave his seed here, and that there's 100 generations out now, and hopefully he did, but even if he did, that his offspring still has to deal with the anti-love vibration, which is the anti-love vibration creates disharmony in the water droplet, or not geometry, the opposite of geometry, which is chaos and probably kind of a bad feeling, you know? So the geometry, it's like here we are on this planet trying to live in our body, and before we designed the society with the stuff and the house, you know, we're living out in tents or whatever, I don't know. And when we realized about the geometry, that we could build something that had lines, we built our houses. So suddenly we could build up and across and down, and we gave ourselves a home. Now we could have we lived in teepees, well, the Indians did, and we could dig a hole and, you know, have a house of clay. We did that for a while. But then ultimately we ended up with these houses with parallel lines. That's geometry. The sacred part is that we put it into motion. We built the house. We created the house. We created the protection for ourselves through geometry. And then we made them fancy. We gave ourselves domes and hexagons at the top, and, you know, temples, and all of that stuff used geometry. This is the magic of geometry. I think this is what it means, sacred geometry. It means that there's no geometry naturally on the planet unless it's in a crystal, which is why the dragons were hoarding crystals, um, and why people have hoarded crystals and gems and gold, and because it's like that's the good stuff, that's a little bit of sprinkling of good stuff amidst. It's not like the earth isn't good stuff, but it's not growing with the love vibration the way we want it to grow. If it grew with the love vibration, probably all the apples and oranges would be perfectly round, and or the tree would grow like this, and maybe it's more interesting to not have the love vibration. There's enough love vibration for it to exist, but then it goes weird, like nothing. It always grows crooked. It's almost like in the Matrix, there's all the little codes, and then there's one code off of the love vibration, which creates a planet where things can go away from love. When things go away from love, there's conflict, or there's a lack of love. When there's a lack of love, that's when there's fear. This is why there's fear on the planet, because we're in the anti-love experiment. When you go away from love, you go toward fear, anger and hatred, self-loathing. Why do we feel so insecure as kids? If we were to grow up in the love vibration on a love planet, we would feel confident as little kids, wouldn't we? Wouldn't we laugh and giggle and be joyful and play with our mommy and our daddy and our siblings and run and play and explore our world without fighting? Without the love vibration, in the anti-love experiment, the kids fight over the sticks, and they fight over the toys, and they say, this is mine, mine, mine. The ego is suddenly there. They're always talking about the ego. In the love vibration planet, you have kids who share, kids who, play together cooperatively. In the anti-love experiment planet, you have kids who are fighting over everything. So this is another example of what I'm talking about with this anti-love thing. This is why I think I'm onto something here with this anti-love experiment concept. Because we come from love, we know love. This is what we don't know, is how to handle this place. And it's not easy. We get depressed. What happens when you're on the love vibration planet? You feel happy, content, you sing, you dance, you play, you draw, you paint, you create, whatever you want. You eat, whatever you want to do. You dance, I don't know, you do things that are of a loving nature. When you're on the anti-love experiment planet, then you feel bad about yourself. You wonder what your skills are. You question your ability. You doubt yourself. You don't know if you have any skills. You can't find your skills. You don't love yourself. You don't love your sibling. You try to love your sibling, but you don't really feel it because you don't have the love vibration. So you're trying to feel the love vibration. Usually, the kids resent each other for even being born. You don't have the 3-year-old saying, "Oh, goody, my new baby brother Johnny is coming." You have the 3-year-old going, "What?" Or the 2-year-old, "What? I have a competition now?" In a love planet, in a planet that is designed around the love vibration, little Petey loves little Johnny, even though he came along when little Petey was 2 years old. But on the anti-love experiment planet, Petey is jealous of Johnny and spends his entire childhood trying to torture him. See what I mean? We have enough love here to function and exist, but then it goes away from love here. So that's why marriages break up. This is why we have divorce, and this is why we have divorce court and lawyers. We have lawyers because we need them to help us manage our anti-love energy. If we were on a love planet, we would get married and probably stay married. Or if we got married and then we decided we didn't want to be married anymore, we would lovingly part because we're on the love planet, right? The planet of love, the vibration of love. If we're on a planet that's vibrating away from or not with the love vibration, then we get what we get here. Look at every example on this planet. You have moments of love and a lot of unlove. So on a love vibration planet, a child and his dog love each other and play together. On the anti-love vibration planet, the child and the dog love each other, and then the dog gets hit by a car, and the child cries. Or on the anti-love vibration planet, the child is mean to the dog, or God knows what horrible thing can happen. Let's not even go there. The dog bites somebody. I mean, and then is scolded and it has to be put down, or something bad has to happen. Something bad has to happen when there's no love vibration. It's an experiment. It's not the only place. We don't exist here only. We exist here, part of us exists here on planet Earth, the anti-love vibration. Now, what happened, I think, the reason the planet is anti-love instead of love is because I think it's where, well, there's a lot of different reasons why we have this planet. This planet was designed, it was created, it was invented, and it was also somehow where the mother has been. I'm not totally sure exactly how all this works, but this is what I think is true. The mother vibration, the female vibration, has suffered in the universe, and she's gone through great pain. She's gone through heartache. Her heart has been rejected, and she has been ignored and neglected. She holds the feeling body, the intuition body, and the creative energy of the universe. But her feeling body has been ignored and shut down and rejected. So she feels rejected and heartbroken. And she's gone through this feeling because feelings in the universe have not been embraced and processed the way they've needed to be. She has held all of that unprocessed emotion. And I think that, in this one book you read about Christ consciousness that talks about, I forget the name of that book, but it talks about the beginning of the earth and how the earth was this molten, angry orb, and if you came near the earth, you burned hot and she would eat you alive. The original planet was this angry, molten orb, and where I think that her hurt and her pain was stored, and that's why anybody came near her, she was and she's cooled down over time, and they've played with her, the planet. And I think that as she's cooled down and our presence here, I think a lot of her storyline, her drama, her emotional story has been acted out on this planet. All the ways you can break a heart have been acted out on this planet. All the ways that you can be hurt get acted out. All the ways that you can hurt others gets acted out. There's an unlimited ways we can cause each other pain. There's also unlimited ways that we can give love to each other. That's what we do when we're on the love vibration planet. But when we're on the anti-love vibration planet, we struggle to love each other. We struggle to hold on to love. We get married with this idea that we're going to love forever and ever and ever. And what happens? We lose the love. We get bored. We have conflicts. Somebody cheats. Somebody finds somebody else attractive. And then they go outside the promise. And then the devastation begins. And then the trust is broken. And then the pain and the misery happen. And we have to act all that out. It's very painful. On a love vibration planet, we would raise our children in harmony together. On the anti-love vibration planet, we fight with each other. We accuse each other of this and that. We don't work together to raise the kids. The kids cry and stuff. There's all this crying going on. You see what I'm saying? There's a solution to this, though, that I figured out, and it's through sacred geometry. You know how yoga, right? Angles, yoga, it's all angles of the body. That's the whole point of yoga. It's sacred geometry of the body, and so are these hand positions that I'm always doing. This is sacred geometry here, best we can do. And with the two sides, the sacred geometry extends into the jewelry. Let's see if I can get that thing to... Sometimes I can, and sometimes I can't. The symbol that I made up, which is the circle, which is a circle, and then the infinity sign. There's two infinity signs. This is a rough drawing, okay? And this is a terrible drawing. And then you add the parallel lines. And then you find that you even have a heart. See? See the heart? There's 4 of these. See? And the heart is part of this. So, and the final shape here is the spiral. See how I added the spiral? See this shape? This is the infinity sign, spiral, parallel lines, and circle, all in one, which also makes a number. I want to make this into jewelry. I think that if we, okay, our body is mostly water. So if we take the word love and put it on a glass of water and the water crystals crystallize and become symmetrical and beautiful, wouldn't that happen to our own body if we put the word love? Why don't we just wear the word love and then our body will crystallize, see? So I think if we wear jewelry that says love or has this symbol, these important, the infinity sign, the spiral, the parallel lines, and the circle, I think that we can increase our body's love vibration and bring more love to the planet. Another thing you can do to increase the love vibration is to play music that has the love vibration in it. And I think there's certain love chords. F sharp and C sharp are important notes that are involved with sacred geometry. I learned that just recently. But I think there's a lot more chords that you can play, that music that you can play that lifts you up. And that's a real thing. I mean, I can literally be limping from the whole rheumatoid problem that I have, and then there'll be some music playing, and it will instantly loosen me up, and I can dance. And then the song is turned off, and I go back to being all crippled up. That's how immediately sound vibration. Now, some people think the whole universe is built on sound. So, and no one's really sure. And the reason we're not sure is because what we didn't realize is what I just realized, which is this is the anti-love vibration planet. This is the anti-love experiment. That's why we're so confused. This is why we don't get it, because we can't imagine in some weird way anti-love, against love. We're used to love. Love is what our normal spirit is from, but we are in anti-love now, and we are baffled. We are completely freaking baffled by what the hell is going on here. Why is nothing going right? Why don't we find the perfect mate? Why don't we find the perfect house? Why don't we find the perfect job? Why is it so hard to find what we want on this planet? We have to work so hard. Why do we have to work so hard? Because we're in anti-love. If we were in the love vibration planet, things would flow smoothly and beautifully. We would think, oh, I would love to go for a canoe ride with my best friend today on a gorgeous day and paddle around and look at the whatever's in the water and enjoy a picnic, okay? Then in the love vibration planet, that would manifest for you instantly. On the anti-love vibration experiment, it could take you weeks to plan such an event, and even then, it'll get rained out and you won't get to have the fun because it's always going against the love vibration. The love vibration is symmetry. The love vibration is geometry. That's what this is. That's what this means. The love vibration is the geometrical vibration of balance, where the sides match. In the anti-love experiment, the sides don't match. The sides can match if you, as a human being, force them to match. And how do you have to do that? You have to work really hard. You have to come up with, you got to get lines. And you have to dig in the earth and get the materials to make the thing work. I'm going to lose battery power. So, anyways, do you see what I'm saying? And it's not to say, no one wants to hear this term anti-love. That doesn't sound good. It sounds so negative. It's like, anti-love, it's horrible. Well, let's just deal with reality, okay? So we have anti-love, and it's negative. Let's make it positive. Yeah, that explains everything, though, doesn't it? Doesn't the fact that Doesn't the fact that it goes against love vibration make sense? Now I get it. So I have to do something about it. What am I going to do? I'm going to make the jewelry and this symbol in every way I can and plaster it all over the world. I'm going to open up the Sacred Geometry store, an online store. And I'm going to make chocolate in the shape. Little chocolate things you can eat. And stickers and things that are geometrical and that you can stick on your water. You know, like this, for example. I bought one of these. Because when you live in California, you have to have a water filter. So I bought this Brita. And then I put these words on it. See? I put health. I bought these black words, the little stickers, and I wrote love, joy, peace, love, health on one side, and on this side I wrote gratitude and joy. And sorry about my camera work being so messy, but that Brita, I like that Brita because it's big and square, and you can put words on it. So we are putting the love words on there, and if you you know, get a nice glass jar that you can put your water in and put these words on there, and even put a crystal in there and put it out in the sun and distill the water, you can change that water to be something really useful. If we're mostly made of water, we have a chance here to redesign this anti-love thing into a love vibration. Maybe this is the reason we're here, is to bring a love vibration to the anti-love experiment to see if we can do it. You have to change the whole thing. The matrix, this matrix, is designed as a combination of with the love vibration but with against the love vibration. That's why it all goes wrong here. This is why there's unfairness. I figured it out. It's because we're anti-love. We're in anti-love. That doesn't mean, and this is why we die. Because when you're on the love vibration planet, you live forever. Because love does not die. But on the anti-love experiment planet, we do die because love dies. Because we're in anti-love. That's why love dies. Or why we think it dies. See, it's an illusion, but it's in our thoughts. It's an experiment. We don't have to freak out about it. It's just an experiment. We're only here temporarily. We all know that, though, right? We know we're not going to be here forever. So I thought that, you know, the anti-love experiment might have come from somebody like Lucifer or something, you know, the brightest light, the greatest, the son everybody loved, and then he went off and did his own thing because he was rebellious. I don't know. I don't know what happened with him. I mean, I don't know this real story there. You can only project, you know. They're making these movies about the brothers. They're coming up with this new movie. I cannot wait to see it because I'm like, why doesn't Hollywood just make a movie about the story of what happened, you know, with Jesus and Lucifer and the God, Mother, Father, God, and the fighting that went on. You know, I think that this recurring story of what happened with King Arthur and Guinevere and Lancelot, where she was painfully torn between two lovers. On the love vibration planet, you would be able to love all of the lovers and everybody would be happy. On the anti-love experiment planet, your love for this person has to go against your love for this person, and then there's drama and conflict. And if you love both people, someone's going to get hurt because love hurts on the anti-love experiment planet. That's why love hurts, because we're in anti-love. See? So we just have to know that and accept it and then redirect it. Now, how do we do that? Well, we have music. We have the sound of love. For one thing, we can say, love, or something about that. Love. Say love as much as you can. Love, 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 love. Love, love. You could sing it. You can say it. That will do a lot. That's why they say the words are powerful, because it's your thoughts and your sound combined. So the reason it's hard for us to hold our positive thoughts here is because we're in anti-love, and there's all these vibrations against loving thoughts that we are dealing with, and we don't even know we're dealing with. We're up against unloving things that are around this planet. There's bands of negative energy. When you're sleeping safely and soundly, hopefully in your bed, you're not necessarily totally safe because your mind might be affected by the negative vibrations that the fourth dimensional plane spirits put into our minds to mess with us, to contribute to the anti-love vibration, because we're made of love. We're going to bring love here. We're going to bring love to this planet unless somebody tries to stop us. Now, who would do that? I don't know, the reptilians or something, whoever doesn't understand love. Those weird beings that are against love, who created this universe against love. They didn't want love. For some reason, they didn't understand the love vibration, or they got bored with it. I don't really know what happened there, but this universe, this Earth that we're on, this particular Earth planet, there's supposedly 12 of them, and there's other planets in the universe. There's a lot of stuff out there. This is just one planet on one universe that needs loving, because it's in anti-love right now. We need to bring love here, and I think we can do that with our intention. We have to force our intention to focus on love. It's not easy here. It's so easy to go into hate, because this is an anti-love planet. That's why there's so much hate. This is why there's violence and rape and murder and anger and heartbreak and sorrow, and why things go wrong all the time. And why we're so emotional. It's because we're in anti-love, and we're trying to find love here. And that's why it's hard, because we have no support other than, this internet reaching out, these YouTubers that you find. There's this new girl that I discovered last night. She's 16 years old, beautiful girl, talking about enlightenment, ascension, pineal gland. It's pretty amazing. There's a lot of young people who have caught on to what they're doing here, who are communicating with, whose pineal glands are activated. It's funny. She goes on about how fluoride is bad. That's put in the water is bad for our pineal gland. It calcifies the pineal gland along with other heavy metals. And on the love vibration planet, they don't calcify your pineal gland to control you and hold you down and try to stop you from knowing who you are. On the love vibration planet, you're celebrated for who you are. You expand because we love you on the love vibration planet, and you are loved, and you love yourself. On the anti-love vibration planet, this one, evil forces, anti-love forces, put fluoride in the water to keep everybody down, to calcify the pineal gland, the gland in there that gives you access, to the inner and the outer. Pineal gland, third eye. Ours is shut down because we're in anti-love. Of course it's shut down. We're in the anti-love experiment. If we were in a loving experiment, or place, then we wouldn't have to worry about such an awful thing, do we? If on the love planet, all the vegetables are organic because they don't need to be sprayed because there's nothing bad there ruining them. In the anti-love experiment planet, they have to spray all the vegetables with this toxic stuff, which of course is bad for your body because it's in the anti-love vibration. See what I'm saying? You get it? It's really so simple. It's actually not even hard to understand. It's just that we didn't quite grasp it before. And the thing with the geometry, the sacred geometry, that is also clear to me now. It simply means symmetry and shape and symmetrical forms. The orb, the round orb that has equal forms. You don't find a perfect circle in nature ever. You never find one. If you find a rock that seems perfect, it's probably not exactly perfect, but it's like a miracle, right? Why is it a miracle to find a perfect circle in nature? It's only a miracle because the perfect circle is a love vibration thing, and we're not on the love vibration planet. On the love vibration planet in the universe, designed around the love vibration. Every creation that you think of is in symmetry. All the spaceships are symmetrical. Everything is symmetrical. The cities are symmetrical. Here on planet Earth, this particular Earth, this library, nothing is symmetrical because it's not love vibration. It's anti-love. It's anti-love. I love that it makes sense. I mean, it's not fun to be here because of the fact that it's anti-love, but I love the fact that I finally figured it out. How did we design an anti-love experiment universe? I don't know, but that's what we have here. And this is why they call us the gods and goddesses. The creator gods are us inside the body trying to figure it out with our shut down pineal gland. And our job is to figure it out and what to do about it. Well, geometry gave us houses, bottles, books, soy milk containers. Sacred geometry gave us knives and Bobby Flay on the back of his knives and this plastic. This is all sacred geometry. This is all due to geometry. Everything we make is due to geometry, is our understanding of geometry and then how to put it into motion, into action. Because when we were promised here, when we came here, that we could make anything we want. We can make anything we want out of this planet. Within the anti-love experiment, you can still make anything you want. You're just going to feel bad about it half the time. You gotta laugh. I mean, you're going to feel bad about it. You're going to make an experiment. Like, look at the actor. On the planet that's vibrating to the love vibration, the actor gets to act in all kinds of plays, and all the theater people love each other, and everybody comes to the play and love it, and it's loving and fun, and everybody has a great time. In the anti-love experiment, the actor usually doesn't have any success at all. But if he does get success as an actor that he should feel good about, what usually happens? They don't just stay happy and flourishing in love. No, they usually end up on drugs, rehabbing several times, or killing themselves in a hotel room. That's common with the super successful, where it seems like the love vibration went well. It's like, yeah, but then they have to pay this horrible price. They get divorced, or they're hooked on drugs. There are very few famous actors who did not end up down druggy road. But there are a few. I mean, I don't know what happened to Steve Martin. I haven't seen him lately. Jim Carrey's doing really well with his. He's managed to have a career and not fall to drugs yet. But then again, we all die. So that's part of the anti-love experiment, is the dying thing. I mean, people die on all kinds of planets, but not usually this fast and this painfully. If you were going to die on the love vibration planet, and it was your time, and you were living in the love vibration, you would probably be surrounded by all your loved ones that you had during your life, and very lovingly say goodbye. I love you. Thank you so much for this wonderful time. And good luck, in the new life. And I'm going off to wherever. Love, 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 love. I've loved having you. I've loved knowing you. Thank you so much, Grandpa. Whatever, loving. And then a gentle exit. But when you're on the anti-love experiment planet, your death can be painful, usually due to a horrible illness. And if it's not due to a horrible, painful illness, then it's going to be something shocking, like flying out of a plane or a car crash, or somebody murders you by mistake or on purpose. I mean, who knows? The whole game is played on anti-love. It's really interesting. It's amazing. The problem here is that we have too much depression, and without understanding how to handle it, and we get really bogged down in negative emotions, and we have a hard time navigating them because we don't have access to our guides, because our intuition is shut off. This whole thing is insane. This is an insane planet. Anti-love creates insanity. And if you looked at this planet and all that goes on here, you would have to sort of say, wow, there's a lot of crazy thinking. Confused thinking, I would say. It's more confusion. We're completely confused here because we have no geometry. There's no symmetry. There's no natural geometry. We have to make the geometry. Every straight line on this planet is made by us humans. We are a combination of star being and Earth is the human, and the cats. They too, some of these animals, a lot of animals have star beingness. Well, all of the animals are actually, all the animals on this planet, oh, I get it. There is a representative on this planet of every single creation in the outer universe. Oh, I see. We have one here in the anti-love experiment to see how it will do. How do we all, that which is created in the love vibration, how do we all play in anti-love over here? Well, we take one of everything from the love universe and put it into the anti-love universe to see what it will do. This is why the universe watches us. Because nobody can believe we exist in anti-love. See? So the way to bring love to the planet and to yourself, you got to, first of all, you come from love, so you have access to it. It's just that you're really blinded off and cut off from it because that's the way we are. We're not given enough love here. I just feel like crying right now. I don't even know why. It's my love and my anti-love crashing into each other or something. I don't know, but I feel like crying right now. I feel like crying because for all of us, for suffering, and why, I don't know, I'm moved by, there's beauty, incredible beauty here. The planet is beautiful, even though it's operating in anti-love. But that's also what causes the death cycle. So, love is beautiful, and anti-love can be beautiful and interesting, but it also can be painful and mortifying and, sad. I was reading this thing on Facebook about how love is grief. Something about, because people die, so something about love being grief, and we try to justify it. You know how we're always coming up with these sayings, and you know how on Facebook we're always reposting and passing along these sayings, these little sayings, trying to make ourselves feel better. Let's see if I can find any of them. Why are we always trying to cheer ourselves on and root ourselves on? It's because we're in the anti-love experiment where it's really hard to do anything that you want to do. You're up against, you might as well be pushing the planet up a hill where love is at the top and you're at the bottom, and you're trying to push the planet. You're trying to access, oh my God. It's really hard. I hope somebody didn't write something mean to me on this thing, but yeah. So that was somebody who just wrote me something. Humans united. So we're all trying to cheer ourselves up and spread the uplifting messages. And the reason we do that is because we instinctively know that we're in a place that's very, 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 very difficult and challenging to navigate and operate in. And this is why it's so hard. And this is why we cheer ourselves on. And this is why we suffer, because we're in anti-love. No one can believe we would create such a thing, but I guess we did because we wanted to know what would happen. And now we know that we suffer. We did decide not to blow ourselves up. Now, in anti-love, it got so bad. You can blow yourselves up. For example, look what happened to Atlantis. That was a horrible destruction. I think Atlantis was designed in the anti-love experiment. That's why the mother got pissed. Somebody said recently that the mother was so pissed off at what was happening with Atlantis that she's the one who took the thing down. I was part of that. I was on Atlantis. I was a crystal scientist who neglected my wife. The other thing I learned here is that I was part of the anti-love. I fell for it. I was here not loving my wife, working on my crystal palace, my crystal science projects, my crystals, my crystal city. And I did not pay enough attention to my wife. And then in this life, I found out what that feels like to be ignored and neglected. It sucks. And it's a deep wound for me. I must have neglected my beautiful wife. And then my karma was to live lives where I was the neglected wife, daughter, sister, whatever, you know. So I learned. And this is another way to bring love to the planet. So you don't feel like you're stuck here forever. You know, we're supposedly we're back in the photon belt that we're Pleiadians. Part of the Pleiadians are claiming this planet as part of their solar system. And something to do with Maya, the other planet. They're like sisters or something. And Earth has been floating way on the outskirts of the spiral that makes up the Pleiadian star system. And we almost seem so far we didn't think we were part of the Pleiadian star system, but they're trying to say that we are part of the Pleiades. They're trying to claim this planet, even though the Pleiadians have also done a lot of damage on this planet. They bought into the whole anti-love thing and participated in anti-love and did a whole lot of karmic things on this planet, which almost you can't blame them for now that I realize this is an anti-love experiment. You have to go with anti-love when you're here, unless you have the consciousness to realize, oh my God, I'm playing the anti-love game and I have to win. How do I play this game? How do I not just get lost in anti-love? What do I do here? How do I bring love to this? Because anti-love sucks. Anti-love is painful, you know. This is maybe why I want to cry, because love is sad on this planet in the anti-love experiment. In the love vibration planet universe, love isn't sad. Love is fun and joyful. And but here, it's hard to even find love, you know, at all. And then we try to be okay with not having any love. We harden our heart in order to cope with this unfortunate situation that we're in. Because when you feel here in the anti-love experiment, it ends up causing you incredible pain. So half the time we've coped by not feeling, trying to run from our feelings, by doing anything we can, work really hard, or drink hard, or play hard, or chase women, or chase men, or do whatever, I don't know, just run from your feelings. And what we're really here to do is experience these feelings. This is the connection with the mother. The mother, we are allowed to come and play on her surface, but we have to pay the price of feeling her pain that we gave to her by treating her badly. So, and also, there's something, I think something special on this planet to be learned. There's knowledge here that is hard to grasp. It's in the planet. I think it's in the core, and then it's within, without, it's through the planet, all the way out to the surface in the human body. Supposedly the human body has all the answers in it. So this is why we have donned a human body, in order to feel what it means to have all the answers to the universe. But we can't access the answers even though we're in the human body. Why can't we access the answers? Because we're not all there. We're only using 10% of our brain, or 8%. So 90% of our brain we're not using. How can we possibly understand what's here on this planet? How can we grasp it if we can't even use half of the vehicle? 90% of the vehicle that we're in is shut down, for God's sake. And they're trying to keep it that way. Actually, the Pleiadians are the ones who shut down the pineal gland, and are probably the ones who keep fluoridating the water. You know, why do we keep poisoning ourselves? Well, why are we poisoning ourselves? Because we're in anti-love. Why do we destroy our body when we get bored with drugs and cutting and whatever weird shit we do? Because we're in the anti-love vibration, where we're going against love. We're not loving ourselves. So, how do we solve this problem of being an anti-love? Because being an anti-love is hard. It's not that fun. I mean, some people are having a good time, but most people have a hard time here. It's hard to be here. It takes bravery to come to this planet. What if the assignment was to go to planet Earth, to go inside the anti-love vibration, which is very, very hard to navigate? What if your assignment was this? You have to go into the anti-love universe. You have to be blinded, deaf, dumb, and blind, basically. You have to have 90% of your brain shut down. You have to take on a vehicle where most of your brain isn't working. You're against the love vibration, so you're not even going to find love. So that's going to be a challenge. And you have to go to this planet against the love vibration with most of your brain shut down and try to learn something here. You're supposed to come to the planet of anti-love and feel the mother's painful story, because that is the price everybody pays when they come to this planet. When you come to this planet, you come to feel the mother's story and feel her revenge, perhaps, towards you, maybe that you earned. I don't know, but say that we caused the mother pain, so we have to come here and feel the pain that we caused her. That's karma, Actually, I think there's another thing you can do to gain a more loving experience on this planet is to learn to love the mother. And through the pain that you experience on this planet, your own personal version of heartache, through your version of heartache, your story, you learn what you did to the mother, the woman that you loved and that you wanted attention from, and then you need to ask her for forgiveness. This is what I did. I realized that I was part of what caused the mother pain. I realized that. I wasn't just being like, I'm a victim of this pain. This is where you feel like a victim, but you're not actually a victim. This is a very, very challenging place. This is like going into a dark, completely dark maze with half your brain taken off, and you have to find your way out. That's what this challenge is like, to come to this planet. To come to this planet, to feel the mother's pain, and to find out what she has to offer is the same as being put into the center of a maze, completely in darkness, with half your brain taken off and no clothes, and try to get yourself out. That's how hard this is. But we can do it, and I'm figuring it out. And part of the way we're doing this, we do get help from the universe, but we get downloaded the images, like the geometry, and the language and the words. We're getting the hints, and now we have this opportunity to communicate with each other and share the knowledge. So you have to feel the pain that the mother gives you. You have to feel it and let yourself really feel it. This is the hard part, because no one wants to feel the pain of the mother, because it's a lot of pain. And then you need to ask the mother for forgiveness, and you need to own your responsibility in that pain. And then get on your hands and knees and beg for her. And what I realized is that if this is the kind of pain I caused the mother, I deserve to suffer. And I was like, mother, if I did this to you, if this was my gift to you, was to cause you this kind of feeling of pain, this kind of heartache, then I deserve to suffer, and you can do whatever you want with me. I got to that point of basically giving her over my life. And this is where the humbleness, this is where I grasp the meaning of humbleness. The true humbleness goes to the mother, not the father. The mother is where our devotion belongs. She is the one who needs our love, right? So this is what this means. Since we are part of this anti-love experiment, it's either become anti-love because of the pain that she's been in, or something. The setup is interesting. But what we need to do here is love ourselves, because we are in her body now. We are part of her now by being in a body. She takes our body back when we die. You borrow a piece of her. You don't keep it. You come to the planet, you jump inside a body that's designed, and you borrow experience time with her. And then she tortures you, she breaks your heart, she ages your body, she makes you feel bad, and then she takes your body back. And she does all this to you because you probably deserve it. Because we have not treated the mother well. That's what this is about. That's what I think this is all about. This is the bottom line here, that we need to love the mother. And we love her by loving ourselves. That's the connection. We're loving ourselves in her world of anti-love. The reason, just this planet, the mother is all about love. The mother is all love, but in this world, in this planet. So this is where the mother's pain is experienced, and the mother's many stories. The story of the love of the mother is here. So we get the bad mother and the bad father and the bad lover and the bad sister and the bad brother and the bad this and the bad, everything is bad. We get the bad version here because we're in the anti-love version of ourselves. That's what this is. That's what this is. This is the anti-love version of ourselves. It's the anti-love version of the mother, God, goddess, Godhead, and the anti-love version of ourselves. That's why we're here. That's what we're doing here. That's what we're in. And it's very painful and very hard and just not fun a lot of the time, even when we live in a beautiful place. Because the thing is that you can make all this stuff, for yourself. We can make all this stuff, and we can give ourselves a comfortable home with dishes and cabinets and stuff, to make our life easier on the anti-love experiment planet. We can give ourselves, drawers and cabinets and things and beds, with soft blankets. And we can come up with fabric that's really soft. And we can buy this stuff with our money that we have with our job, which we usually hate because we're in anti-love. It's 11/11. It's 11/11. That means something. Parallel lines. The whole society is based on parallel lines. That's what our society is built upon. That's why we have a house. Parallel lines. Straight parallel lines. So, if you can love yourself and love the mother and ask her for her forgiveness, she will give you a nicer house. Seriously, if you can love the mother and own up to your half of the relationship that's of pain that you're in, if you can really feel if you can just get out of your own way and be like, damn it, I did that. We don't like admitting anything here on this planet of anti-love. It would be loving to admit our flaws. It is unloving to pretend we have no flaws. That's an illusion. The flaws are an illusion too. The whole thing is an illusion. Everything about this place is an illusion. It's one big illusion. This is why we can't figure it out, because it's an illusion. This is what the whole thing about this matrix. There's the love matrix, and then there's the anti-love matrix, and it's all creation. So if you can love yourself and wear the geometry, make yourself symbols of the other thing is the heart. The heart, that's a real symbol. That means something. That's upside down, both ways. This symbol matters. There's 4 of them in here. And this is why we put hearts on things, to bring up the love vibration, our little cute, silly little attempts to put little hearts on things. It's actually, we're trying to give love. There's a message there. We should put hearts on everything. Everything. We need to geometrize this world, this planet, where there's no geometry except through us. We're the ones who bring the geometry. Even our bodies are we're similar, but we're not symmetrical. One of my eyes is smaller than the other eye. One boob is higher than the other boob. I mean, we're all off. We're not we're not symmetrical. 11/11 looks amazing to us because it's 4 lines in a row, and that seems like a big deal because it's symmetry, and it's rare on this planet because symmetry and love vibrate together, and symmetry and geometry and anti-love don't vibrate together. You can make them meet. You can put geometry in this anti-love experiment matrix. And this becomes the miracle. But it will bring little mini thrills, and it does make life more convenient, but it won't make you happy. You can be very depressed using the microwave. the sacred geometry will enhance your life and make it more tolerable and easier, but and more pleasurable in a way, but it really won't make you happier. To get happy, you need the love vibration. So that's why music is so important, and dancing, because the dancing is the body's response to the music. The music is what's important, the vibrations. So we need to bring music here that matches the love vibration. We need to focus on what we love. We need to do things that we love to bring the joy level up. I mean, maybe that's what the 48 million is about. Maybe if we can get 48 million people around the planet chanting love or playing that song that I'm going to come up with that's going to be all love vibration music, and saying something together all around the planet in one moment, maybe that's what can help change the anti-love matrix to a love matrix. I mean, we're entering the photon belt. Supposedly this planet's been rotating way out, and they call it, there's this, I keep hearing this talk about the way they view Earth, which is floating out in the dark night sky, as if we've been out in the darkness. We've been through a dark period of time. Maybe we're starting to rotate this planet from anti-love to love. I don't know. I mean, supposedly better times are coming. We've been in a very dark period, exploring the dark side of ourselves, which is the anti-love vibration. See? It's pretty interesting. Anyways. So that's my long chat, over an hour, about the anti-love experiment and what we can do on this planet to change that, which is not easy. Oh, I have another technique that I want to teach about how to redirect your own personal energy field from attracting painful experiences to attracting loving experiences. And I have a whole technique that I've been working on that I'm going to share, because I want to share with my kinfolk who are out there, and we're all trying to figure out what the hell we're doing here and how we're going to get through this anti-love experiment, which is very painful. But we can do this. We can figure this out. We just need to get into the geometry. There's a secret there. The geometry of the body. You know, that's what the yoga is. And then I think we can deepen this with the sacred geometry if we wear the jewelry. If we wear... it's like when I wear my symbol. I was going to go get my jacket. Well, hold on a second. All right, like this. I make these jackets with my Power Chocolate symbol. And I always feel better when I wear my Power Chocolate jacket. And now I know why. Because this actually is bringing a vibration to my body that's uplifting and makes me feel stronger. And then I also realized about the crop circles. Those are sacred geometry they put on here on the planet in as big as they can get it, to increase the love vibration and the knowledge. Because when you are surrounded by the geometry, it inspires the inner knowledge of the body, which is mostly liquid. It increases the water droplets to crystallize, and that brings enlightenment. The light and the geometry and the love. The light and the love vibration and the geometry go together. On a love vibration planet, there's more geometry. It isn't rare. It grows in nature, unlike the anti-love experiment where no geometry grows in nature, except for the crystals. But even then, you have to dig for them. You know? So there's my story about that for now. And I'm going to talk about other stuff. All right, I love you guys. Love, 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 love. This is the whole thing with Om. You know, they meditate Om, Om. That Om, that must be part of the love vibration. But I think you need more. I think if you have the song, the sound, the words and the symbols together at once. Maybe that's what's going to uplift. We need to heal the mother's wound. We've hurt the mother. We need to heal the mother. And we heal the mother by coming here to this planet. I get it. Feel her experience. Honor her feelings by feeling them ourselves, making them seem like our own, and then working with her to create forgiveness. That's important, even though it's mystifying what forgiveness even means on this planet. Half the time we don't even know. I'm finally figuring it out after 52 years on the planet. Loving the mother, being in nature, the crazy, crooked nature, the beautiful, crooked nature, the anti-love nature is still very beautiful. We need to love the anti-love to make it love again, right? So that's what we got to do. We can do it. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. So I'll let you know more about the Sacred Geometry Store and also how I do my energetic work. I got to get into that. I finally feel like I'm getting how I'm supposed to do that. All right. Love you. Love, 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 love you so much. Love you. Big kiss. Talk soon.